Well, we are out here this morning. It's nice and crisp and cool, and we are today searching for caves. We do this sometimes where instead of, should shine a light down in that crack. Instead of going to a specific cave we know, we go to a location where there's other caves and we look around, and we're going to be walking miles across the landscape today looking for caves. And so anything that's a dark spot like Dad's at right now, he'll poke his head in and have a look to see if it goes anywhere. And if it looks like it goes anywhere, then we crawl in a bit. And we can go days like this finding nothing. It's a lot of work, but every once in a while you find something, you crawl it out, and you discover something new. It does happen. We intend to find something cool today, but we don't know. One of the reasons I like coming out in the lava fields is because this is something like the Earth's beginning, where everything is smashed and rugged, and you're just walking on lava, because this is only about an 8,000 to 10,000 year old lava field. There's a few dark spots here and there.
There's an entrance of some sort.
Cool. Super rugged. There's a dark spot right there. I'm gonna go look at. Oh, elbow padsless. This is a terrible idea. I should get my pads on. But for now, I'm going in without my pads. This is a very tight little cave, but I wanted to go inside to see if it goes anywhere. I'm gonna have to get my pads on. This is a nightmare. And I keep rising over it, and as I rise over it, I'm getting further and further. That's a stand-up room. I can stand up inside that. This is just out in the middle of nowhere. That is a giant bubble. Check this out. I crawl to here. I'm gonna stop crawling in a second. I don't think it's much more than this room, but it's quite big. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If it's real big, like I said, I gotta get my equipment on. But let me drop down in here just to show you. I'll show you something cool, all right? So, you can see behind me, nice stand-up room. There's the entrance, it's just right there. Come down this hill, down the hill, boop, 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 boop. I'll keep backing up, just keep looking in front of me. Not that you have a choice. Whoop, look at that, it goes on. I gotta get my pads. I gotta take you with me. We gotta get in there. It is time. Bad Dad's coming in too. Why am I backing in? I should have just went head first. You can back in if you want like this, but it's a little shoulder bladey.
Oh no! You can't have a shoulder blade cave.
Okay, so here I go. Take two. But this time I have more gear, and so that's a bit, it's a bit easier on my elbows and knees. I'm gonna clear a few rocks out of the way. Yeah, back in towards me.
I don't think this has even been named.
Nope.
Huh?
So far I'm calling it Babaluda. Mixing up the word lava Buddha. Well, you're coming in quicker than I was ready for. Bring your feet towards me. Move the feet towards me more.
Not bad at all.
Nope, but keep moving your feet towards me, and then you can go face in the other room. Keep backing in. Just unprepared for this, because you're gonna turn right, so it's like you're backing into your parking space.
Oh, some of those rocks are fun.
No, they're not.
That roll
You're
under
too
your
far
barrel.
back here. You have to see right. That way. Look. That you gotta go that way. I'm waiting for you because
You'll go that way?
That's where the drop-down room is.
Oh, all right.
But look at the floor. It's not as rugged. You can sort of lay on it.
I just spit that out.
Behind me here, too, once you get in that room, you can look. There's a cool lava Buddha.
Oh, I came too far back here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You keep going backwards. I don't know why. There's nothing behind you, though. This was... Huh, isn't that cool when you see it?
What a weird entrance.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna back down now.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, but I just thought you could get in there and chill, and I could get some, take some pics. So I'm coming up on this ridge here, and Dad's gone down in there, and you can see that it slopes down into a pretty good sized room, which is super fun. I can just sort of slide down in there. This is very rare. Like, we just found this little hole. It's my phone. I'm getting a phone call. It's sponsors, and I'm not even joking. They got my phone number. Shove it down. What a mess. Anyways, that is so funny.
That is hilarious.
And this is the big entry room in this weird lava blob. I'll take a photograph, but this is so neat. I guess I can look right back here. And it goes back, there's a tree cast. And we're in this neat room.
I have no idea where Calvin has brought us today, but it's a fun cave. And at 73 years old, I'm going to put my name above this in case you want to use it for my body someday. Pretty nice place.
Yeah, show the entrance.
Yeah,
talk about how you can look and talk about how we got in the entrance there.
Yeah, the entrance, you come in and then you make about 170 degree right and then about 100 degree left, and so my body feels like a pretzel right now. A happy pretzel, though. I am about to duck under that little passage that we showed you that goes below the floor, and now I'm on a different adventure entirely. So this goes through here at about, I don't know, 18 inches. Well, okay, so continuing to proceed through here at this distance. It's a little bit of a rough floor. It's a little pohy floor is what they call it. But I am trying to preserve my clothes. The prickly crackling you hear is my elbows against the lava. And that's one of the cave noises that you just get used to hearing all day long. As I'm going through here, I can almost sit up here. Yep, a little bit, nice tube. I'm gonna stop and sketch this, and that's how that's gonna be. I believe this is the blob. That looks like a hard pinch there. Oh, cool, there's spiders. And I can see up another 20 feet. And it's 5 feet wide. Which is, you know, listen, I'm very pleased with that room that you're sitting in there. That's just an absolute cool little area. You rarely find something you can stand up in. So I'm crawling down this corridor, and these have to be crawled. Actually, there's a nice reverse spine where the very middle of the ceiling is almost 3 feet high. And I can hands and knees. I'm army crawling. That's like this, and then hands and knees. So you can put your back legs all the way up. It is turning the corner, and it's coming to a non-navigable pinch. Okay, I'll show you the end. There's a little bit of a lava scroll. Woo! I found the spoders. They're wintering over.
This is very entertaining. This is a great angle.
What's so entertaining about this is you can't think about anything else. You don't come out here and get stressed. You just come out here and relax.
Well, you're forced.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You have to focus on the task at hand, all your focus. It takes some mental energy, but it will take your mind off whatever's going on in your life. So here comes Dad Cephas. Helmet off. I could help you, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Well, this way I can video you coming out of there. What happened to your hair? He had hair before he went in the cave. There you go. Yeah, that's great, Dad. You see where I got my dumb sense of humor. That's why I have no friends. Out! Okay, going to another small one I found here that is interesting. So I'm gonna back my way in here. I moved a rock out of the way. You see these entrances, they're easy to miss, they're covered with moss, they're difficult to see, but once you're inside, they do open up sometimes. And this is not yet doing that, as it is not very fun right there. But we in now. So the only reason there's an entrance there is because, and I'll clear you off, because you can see rocks have broken away and fallen down in, leaving a cave. So there it is, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. There's something interesting right there in the ceiling. There is another hole. I want you to notice that this is the ceiling. I'm trying to figure out the best way for you to see this. See, this is the ceiling here, and then it goes up. And as we go up in here, the space is tight, which is the reason that you can't go at the same time as me. You can see that I started to see this this tunnel here. So I start crawling up in here, and I'm doing that behind you, but the space is very limited. And then you can start to see how it curves over the edge, and it looks like there's something in that direction. Below me is a floor. This is a hole in the ceiling. It's just a low ceiling. So this is ceiling height, and I can come up in here, and it does the thing where it drops down again, which is, you know, the nature of lava fields. But it's a bigger area that I don't understand at all how it is formed like this. It goes both directions. This might be a legitimate cave here. I'm just astounded at how it's formed. It's very weird. That's weird. It's a big cave. This might really be something. I'm very excited about this. I'm trying to sketch as I go, so I have to kind of think about that. Let's go this way first. So you can see that in a case like this, it is not, it's not really about size. It's about body twisting and flexibility. If you're flexible, it's just not an issue for me. I'm very flexible. So, you know, am I strong? Am I thin? Am I brave? You know what? No, flexibility. This is a huge key to you know, get around. Yeah, tiny little formations. Tiny little formations. Pretty neat. Oh, a little bit jammed in here. That is always the case. Okay, cool. This room is quite a bit easier to navigate. Listen, even though we go caving a lot, we find stuff, it's so exciting every time. This is one of the coolest things. This cave right here, it gets real low. I thought this was the end, and as you can see, it's miserable. But it goes over this hill, which you will see from this direction. It goes over the hill,
and then it looks like it turns into a real big cave, which if that's the case is going to be crazy. First I got to crawl this, and it's not very pleasant, it's not very easy. So I'm going to do that. I want us to talk about calmness for a second. People say, how do you remain calm when you're in a difficult spot? And that's a good question if you think about where calmness comes from. Calmness comes from a number of areas. If you just list sort of logically, where does calmness come from? Because calmness can come from drugs. And I don't mean to just say it like that, but like you can medicate and you can be calm in a cave. It's a totally doable situation. I don't recommend it. That's one way to remain calm though, isn't it? Calmness can come from experience. If you know something, what the dangers are and what they aren't, you're going to be more calm. So if you have experience doing something or expertise, you're going to be more calm doing that activity. That's why people who have, like even athletes who have done a lot over time, they're more calm because they've done it. They've been through the battles, battle tested. But at the same time as expertise, ignorance, oh, this is really tight. Ignorance can make you calm, like not knowing the dangers. This is why babies, you can, not that you should throw babies, but you can toss little babies in the air and they're happy. But you can't toss them when your kids get a little bit older because they become afraid, because they're less ignorant. They're more aware of the dangers. Well, this sucks. They're more aware of the dangers and they're less willing to take those risks. So ignorance breeds calmness. It's crazy in here. So ignorance can make you calm, right? And then the thing I want to talk about most, which I think that our calmness comes from a combination of experience, probably ignorance if I'm being honest. Calmness can come from being tired. If we're just talking about calmness, it can come from any number of places. Calmness can come from being in a group of people, like when you're with others. So like an outside source, if you have someone to tell you, calm down, buddy, that helps, right? Someone telling you to be calm, be quiet, this helps be calm. So outside sources, outside influences. The calmness we like is the calmness that comes from inside you. Not to be overly philosophical, but that's how I am here sometimes. Calmness that comes from your heart comes from inside you. If you're a calm person, if you can find a way to be restful in your little heart, you can use that calmness anywhere, for any reason, at any time. And I find if I'm calm in my heart, if I'm not anxious, if I'm happy with my life, if I'm just okay, that's a resource that I can call and I can say, okay, I need to be calm in this situation because everything's fine. Life, death, otherwise. So if you can find calmness inside you, that helps as a caver. Most of the cavers I know are not unhappy people. I think being unhappy would take away that calmness that's necessary to crawl through caves. Now I'm gonna let you turn around and take a look at what I'm looking at because it's quite neat. That's like 4-foot high ceilings. I don't know if that goes anywhere, but this is a nice little room. Nice little room.
You can see it's a pretty low cave, but look at this cool formation I'm looking at here. I'll try to go slow. It's a pretty neat, the way it's shaped. You get a lot of these in these small caves. Just a lava blob that bunched up there and into the cave.
Okay, cool, but this is that ceiling crack, and it's about only 2 feet from the ground, but I gotta come out like this and drop down. I just thought that might look cool. It might not, I can't tell. So So you see that taking video in a cave gets really hard because there's no accounting for angles. Like I can't set gear up. Like doing this, I'm coming out a hole in the ceiling. It's so impossible. Caving's hard enough. We've doubled the difficulty of it by doing it this way. But it's fun. It's something to do on a Tuesday. Oh boy, now I have to be careful because my legs are bent the wrong way. I'm having a hard time getting them through there. That was difficult. That was not easy. Sometimes you see stuff like that and it's not particularly like a squeeze, but because of the way that it is, it's literally harder than getting through a tight squeeze because of the ruggedness and the way it grabs your clothes. So, of course, most of you have learned by now, the stuff that looks extremely dangerous isn't always where the danger is. That's dangerous because it's not uncomfortable. It's not that tight. It's so rugged. It'll really grab your arms and skin. And even if it doesn't feel tight, there'll be no going through. Wow, okay, so I'm gonna jump out of the cave again. We've finished caving. We found those two little caves. I got them sketched. If I get those sketched, I'll list them. I'll show you the sketches so you can look at the little caves. They're not big, but they were fun because they were complex, which means it's not just one little bubble room, which happens a lot with lava, but it's multiple rooms connected through tubes. One was connected to the ceiling tube. This is just such a beautiful forest here. Where'd the orange monster go? There he is. So that was pretty neat. It's a pretty neat, good day. See, we didn't find anything huge, couple small caves. And that's how it goes.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our video adventure, please feel free to hit the button which is the subscription, or share with your friends, family, and neighbors. However, if you didn't like the video, please feel free to hit dislike, leave a negative comment, or even block us. We consider that to be high praise.
For fully edited, claustrophobic caving adventure videos, please visit our main channel, Caveman Hikes, and see you underground.
No, you're right. That doesn't go anywhere. It kind of wants to, though. That's no fun.